Hey there folks, welcome back for part 2 of this series on banjo roll patterns. In the last lesson we talked about the alternating roll, and today we're just going to jump right into it with the forward roll, which is thumb, index, middle. Now the last roll pattern we talked about was the alternating roll, which was a 4-note pattern that fit really neatly into our measures of 4/4. We could just play that and repeat it and everything lined up perfectly. But the forward roll is a 3-note pattern. And there are definitely going to be times when you're just going to hear those 3 notes repeated over and over again, and you're going to want to practice that too. But something else we like to do is put them into more manageable groups that fit into our groupings of 4/4. So those are groups of, say, for instance, 8 notes. So here's a couple examples of those 8-note patterns using the forward roll. Another thing to keep in mind is that these are still just about the right hand fingers, not the strings that we're using. So you can play the forward roll on any combination of strings. So here are some of those patterns on different string sets as well. And once you've got some of those under your fingers with just the open strings, it can be a really great idea to apply some chords as well. So here's a couple chord progressions using a couple different versions of those forward roll variations. By the way, if you forgot, you can get the tablature for all of these examples, all the examples in all of my videos at patreon.com/EliGilbertBanjo. That's where I put all the tablature, all the bonus content, all the stuff you can't find here on YouTube. And it's a great way to support these videos. So if you check that out, I really appreciate it. Anyway, back to the lesson. Now, you'd be hard-pressed to find a tune out there in the bluegrass world that doesn't use the forward roll at least a little bit, but some use it a lot more than others. So here's a tune, Fireball Mail, as played by Earl Scruggs, that uses a lot of the forward roll throughout the tune. As you can hear, whenever I'm focusing on one note in this tune, I'm generally playing the forward roll. That's one of the benefits of the forward roll, at least in bluegrass, is that you emphasize one note, but the forward roll is kind of filling in all the gaps. So if you don't necessarily want to emphasize more than one note, it can be a really good idea to play that first note that's really important and then forward roll until you need to get to something else in the melody. And that's what you can hopefully hear in that version of Fireball Mail. Now the nice thing is, as long as you have the basic idea of what a roll pattern is, which fingers you're using, and some ways to practice it like we talked about in the last video, then that's kind of all you need to know for right now. Just getting a basic handle on all these roll patterns is a great place to start. So as far as the forward roll is concerned, you have all the homework you need. You can go ahead and just practice the forward roll on its own, or those 8-note variations of the forward roll. You can add chords, you can come up with your own chord progressions, or add this roll pattern to songs that you already know, but that's the stuff that you should be practicing. And if you do, then you'll be ready for the next lesson and the next roll pattern. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.